And we take this further now. Thembisa Fakude, Senior Research Fellow and Director at Africa-Asia Dialogues, joins us for this conversation. Thembisa, good evening to you and thank you so much for your time. We start with breaking news tonight. A live broadcast by Iran State Television interrupted by an Israeli airstrike, and we don't even know yet how many people were in that building. Reading reports suggesting that there could be some casualties there. Given the latest developments, let's firstly start with this particular attack on the media.
It's impunity. Benjamin Netanyahu and his army have repeatedly targeted journalists. In Gaza, we're talking about hundreds of journalists that have been killed. Israel has prevented and continues to do so, preventing international media from covering the atrocities in Gaza and in the West Bank. So this is a government that's the regime that's hell bent at targeting journalists and continue to propagate misinformation, as we've heard from the ambassador. One will think that it was the Iranians who actually attacked Israel, but the country that started this current standoff is Israel, under the leadership of Benjamin Netanyahu, who's trying to do whatever he can to prolong his career, because he knows that when the dust settles, he's likely to go to jail because of the atrocities in Gaza, because of previous cases against him even before October the 7th.
And given this latest development, right, it seems there's very little prospect of, the hostilities actually now de-escalating, given the fact that it does seem, of course, now that everyone is on edge about what happens next.
And I had to be the spokesperson of Iran, because I'm not, nor do I intend to be. But Iran has said that it's not interested in prolonging this war. It was retaliating. And I think it's very important for us to remember that Iran was attacked by Israel, and Iran retaliated. Israel has said that it wanted to suppress the proliferation of nuclear weapons in Iran, but we've seen it hitting civilian installations. Now it has hit a television center of Iran. So this is a country that continues to speak with twisted tongue in terms of what it intends to do in Iran. And I'm sure that very few people around the world outside Israel expect nothing from Iran, given that it was the one that was provoked by Israel. And I think from the reports that I've heard, Iran is ready to speak. But whether the traditional mediator in this regard, being the United States, will be able to negotiate or mediate, I doubt if that's going to be the case henceforth. And
especially because when you listen to U.S. President Donald Trump a little earlier on, he was saying that he hopes they will speak, but he was non-committal about, getting involved in this one. And I wonder then, when you look at the developments as far as the G7 meeting is concerned, no doubt this has overshadowed what has largely would have been on the agenda. How does it play out? Because all these leaders are speaking in different voices on the developments in the Middle East.
Well, first of all, we've just heard riddles from Donald Trump. I couldn't hear what he was saying. At one point, he was saying he was not involved, nor was the United States informed about this imminent attack by Israel. At the same time, he's saying that they must fight it out. Sometimes it's good, and he's saying that the peace deal is imminent. So you don't know precisely what he's saying. And I don't expect much from G7. They've been sitting and watching the destruction and genocide taking place in Gaza from 2023, and nothing has happened. We're talking about outside the 50,000 or 50+ thousand number of people that have been killed. There are thousands of other people who are buried under the rubble in Gaza, and none of these big countries, or the Great Seven countries, have initiated any form of initiatives trying to stop Benjamin Netanyahu from continuing with the genocide. So outside South Africa, of course, I don't see any statements, no attempts to try and bring Israel to account. Israel is going to continue doing as it pleases. Full view of the world international community, the international community. We've seen it bombarding a TV station, and this is impunity that they carry on with because of the support they have from the United States.
And one wonders, what implications could this have on the region and the world's economy?
Well, the region is on tenterhooks at the moment with telephone calls from various leaders of the world, various leaders of the region trying to find a solution to the current impasse. But I don't see that happening anytime soon. All we know is that Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Kuwait, and Turkey have all condemned Israel for what is done. President Putin is continually speaking to various leaders in the region to try and find a solution, but they have not written off any possibility of them supporting Iran should this escalate. China has been doing the same. So regionally, this is really concerning. But international, of course, we are going to start feeling the consequences of this in the next coming days when the prices of energy, particularly oil and gas, increase, because 30% of the world or 20% of the world energy come from the Gulf. And if Iran decides to, for example, close off the movements of energy from that part of the world, we are likely to feel the pain in South Africa as well.
Certainly long-term implications, and as you say, let's see how it all then pans out. Appreciate your time. Thank you so much. That was Thembisa Fakude, a Senior Research Fellow and Director at Africa-Asia Dialogues.